communicate more on the subject.
It's true.
Yeah.
If you look here as well,
Yes, go on, my friend.
you can see within the movie he's got the symbols, hasn't he?
Yeah, the 8 diagram.
That's right.
He's got 8 diagram. Is that called Pakwa? Is the real term given to the 8 diagram?
Well, Pakwa, as far as I'm aware, Pakwa is I think it's a Korean pronunciation of Bagua. But having said that, we know that the real pronunciations are neither Pakwa or Bagua, because obviously that's English, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But Pakwa is the same as Bagua. It's just a Korean spelling, how they spell the word and the pronunciation of it.
Sure thing. And to touch upon the subject a bit more, in more depth, does it also mean chakra, like energy fields? Is it like a chakra?
What is?
Like the symbol? Like it's like an empowerment, like you get powers, you extract powers from it or something.
I suppose yes, because in a sense, shapes have energy.
That's right.
Because if you look, if you look at, for instance, in a sense, this is actually a circle.
Yes.
But in fact, it's not a circle. So if you look at how energy moves around that centrifugal
oscillates and
spiral
undulates.
and anti-spiral force. So definitely, there's power. Shapes can actually manifest a certain energy lines,
and
if
it
you
can
know
attract
how to
and repel as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That is extremely interesting. Yeah, so that's basically Born Invincible, Alan, which is, oh man, I just love this film. Love this film. Also, it's produced and directed by Joseph Kuo. He made quite a few films. And then we got Dragon Fist, starring Jackie Chan. This is produced, executive producer, he backed the money up, Lo Wei, and produced by Siu Li Hua, which made a few films also. Dragon Fist is one of the top movie as well. Certain people haven't seen this film, and they come in the shop and say to me, have you got this film called Dragon Summit? And I tell them it's called Dragon Fist. They always mix this up with another movie, with several films. This is one of the films that escaped a lot of people, but this is proper old school. How are you, my friend? Be with you in a second, my friend. Dragon Fist, fantastic fight scenes throughout the film. It's one of his early ones, and it's actually a much sought after film out in this one. Dragon Fist, great movie, man. Great movie all round. Some good patterns in this one. He's doing like dragon technique. I think it goes a little bit like that, or dragon technique like this.
Yeah, dragon, yeah.
I'm still learning a bit of that.
Dragon holding the pole.
Maybe you can do a little form of the Dragon Fist just to show for the camera, my man. If you want to do a little dragon technique move or something.
Yeah, later on.
Later on. Sure thing, my man. Sure thing. So that's Dragon Fist. We'll show you some more. Because I know Swords, he knows all the moves and.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, you saw Shape with Dragon.
Yes.
But from my teachings I got, basically Dragon is not normally what we use to fight with. It's usually Tiger. But Dragon is basically in there.
Oh right. Okay.
I think it's more or less part of the essence, but you do show Shape, of Dragon.
Sure thing, Alan.
Yeah. They're related, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the dragon is like a protector of the soul.
Yeah.
And the power in the mind in believing in something, it can actually happen. It can protect you if you believe in that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is the 8 diagram pole fighter, which is, I mean, again, this is just top notch, high level martial arts throughout the whole film. 8 diagram pole fighter was originally written for Alexandre Fusheng, and sadly he passed away midway through production of the movie.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Amazing.
He died in a car accident, my friend.
Okay,
yeah, for real souls. And I'm a big, amazing fan of Alexandre Fusheng. So on the poster, they decided to put them both together. There's another poster, a late night poster, which it just shows Alexandre Fusheng's face, and it just takes the whole cover. But they've put both of them in the original late night poster, 8 diagram pole fighters. And this one was directed and choreographed by Lu Chi Liang, also known as Pops, which is in true life the adopted brother of Gordon Liu, also known as Baldy, because in the majority of his films he's always bald, and he always signifies the Shaolin priest or Shaolin monk.
Essence,
right.
That's absolutely,
the Lao family, isn't it?
And the Lao family, Lao family, yes. His fights are just unbelievable. I love watching Gordon Liu. I can always resonate to his films. the man's sheer structuring of martial arts is unparalleled. And Gordon Liu Chi Liang choreographed him in a few films. This movie here, you have to see this film. It starts off where you've got all the brothers fighting and they literally get massacred, and there's only a couple of survivors in the film. So as soon as the screen goes back, you see some enormous fighting going on, pole fighting. It has got a small amount of hand techniques, but this is mainly weapons, incorporated around weapons. So 8 Diagram Pole Fighters, my friends, is fantastic, this movie. And the poster, to even say to your friends that I've got 8 Diagram Pole Fighters original late night poster, they won't even believe you. They won't even believe you, bro.
You got more chances of what?
You got more chances seeing a UFO.
It's the classic.
Absolutely.
Or IFO.
IFO.
Identified.
Identified.
They use unidentified.
Okay, yeah, I hear that. Yeah,
Subtle different.
Oh yes.
I think we got a double of the Dragon Fist. We spoke about this one earlier, didn't we?
Yes, we got him. Yeah.
So that's a double, because we're bringing doubles as well, because they sell like hotcakes.
Invincible armor.
Oh
That's
my lord! Oh my word!
Yes,
now,
that's
this,
Eagle.
I think we spoke about this the
Eagle
other day
Fist, yeah.
on DVD. The Invincible Armor. In this one, he endures so much training. He becomes like a man of colossal strength, an extreme person, like a man of a high caliber, enormous strength. So he becomes invincible, and no one knows where his weaknesses are, basically. Until you get to find that out at the end of the film. Invincible Armor, he made this one, and it was directed and choreographed by the same people who brought you Secret Rivals 1 and 2, which is equally as good. But for me, my favourite out of all 3 of them films would be Invincible Armor. For the simple reason, I love watching films with, like Silver Fox. He portrays this white-haired master, and he's untouchable on the fights. And in order to get close to him, in terms of like hand techniques, and you got to be trained up like equally as good, if not better. And then you got the we got Philip Cohen in this as well. He almost looks like twins. He goes up against him also in this movie, The Invincible Armor. What a movie!
And this movie is well, not actually the movie, but the Eagle style is a very old style as well. Very old and very authentic. It's actually a standalone system within its own right, with many forms and many weapons.
Very interesting.
So that the Eagle.
And by the way, if I could just add this, if it's okay with you, Alan, and into like the message, which is we sell Eagle's Claw. This is a 5-finger Eagle's Claw. When you do this, like say 5 to 10 minutes a day, you will develop what we call Eagle Fist.
Good grip.
That's right,
Strengthen
Eagle,
the fingers. Good grip.
and it's for anyone, male or female, can do this. It's unisex basically. Anyone who needs finger power, like i.e. that it's good for also rock climbing and them aspects of training also. Anyone who needs a lot of power with the hands basically, and I can highly recommend the Eagle's Claw, folks. I'll show you the box. It's called an Eagle Catcher, and develop finger strength for active men and women, and it's perfect for the rock climber, pitcher, horizontal bar player, anyone who's power with the hands.
I would just like to add as well that it's very important to develop your finger strength.
It sure is.
Because it's very important for say for instance grabbing, manipulating, pressure points.
Yeah.
So you need to really train your fingers, train your hands.
Sure.
Safely, I might add, not just like hitting like concrete blocks, and you really got to do it over a period of time, like gradually with certain herbs and ointments, and gradually increase the material that you're actually hitting. Eventually, once you've mastered it, actually strike iron or metal ball bearings. Once they've gone through the levels, you've got to go through the levels. Even start with, for instance, with water. Punching water and then building yourself up from that. But it's very important that once you develop this strong enough tendons, because it's really to do with the tendons in
Sure is.
and so you can do a grip, And once you actually grip something, it actually stays gripped, and you can actually feel that, you know. So,
sure,
yeah,
Of course.
I can feel the qigong energies coming. Like, that's amazing, man.
That's right. So you can imagine that. You can imagine. You see, if you're grabbing tender places like the throat now, and you're crushing like that.
Ooh.
That's a very soft place, the larynx, and animals like the lion go straight for that for a reason.
When you do this untold amount of training for the hands, do you need to put any ointments? Do you like Dick Dargel oil, for instance?
Yeah, definitely. Which helps to promote blood circulation as well, and it helps to. So, because what happens is that, well, with any bruise, you get stagnation. You get the blood stagnates, and it creates a bruise around that area, which you can get from a strike. Anyway, you can get like a localized.
Okay, my friend. Yeah, sorry. I was listening.
Come back another time now.
Yeah. Did you want some films or anything, my friend? Do you want some movies or anything?
So,
I'm just asking a specific question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.